Gentlemen, let's not waste any time and get straight into the discussion of the PS5 event because there was a lot that happened, and I'm sure this will lead to a very lengthy discussion. So let's start off with the console first because I personally didn't expect the console to be revealed. I'm glad that we did. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it looks beautiful. I think it looks really nice. What about you, Ham?
I don't know. It's what is it? It's white on the outside. It's like a reverse Oreo cookie. Yeah, what? It's black in the middle and white on the outside.
It looks different. It looks definitely
it looked
the next generation.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying futuristic and all that. It does look shiny and new, but when it comes to consoles, I like for consoles to be more one color. In my opinion, yeah, it's just one color.
And there's two versions of them too. There's the disc version and there's the digital one.
Which I didn't. Yeah. Which I was wondering why there was two, and I'm just like, shit.
You know why?
Shit. All right.
I do like the design. I think obviously, I mean, I'll be the one to say it. I think it does look better than the Xbox Series X design. Obviously, I think that's not without a question. I do like the memes that are coming out about it. That it's like, here's my Wi-Fi router. Over it. I think my favorite one that I've seen so far was someone took the white binder and just wrapped the router around that one, like the binders over the Wi-Fi router.
My brother mentioned that to me. He texted me. He's like, "Oh, did you see the binder?" I'm like, "What binder? What are you talking about?"
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if Mike saw it, but I was gonna send it to you guys. It's fucking Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! He's got his white jacket and black, and he's got his head on top of it. Oh my god, it looks so good.
But I think as far as going for futuristic design, I think they kind of did a pretty decent job at it.
Yeah.
I was expecting something a little bit more extreme from them, but I think this kind of plays it safe. I do like that there are two versions, which makes me think that there is going to be this is going to be in a very expensive console. But that's why they're introducing the digital edition to be that cheaper priced one, to be probably that $100 less one, which would be interesting. I'm going to pick the digital one. I don't know about you guys.
I'm picking the digital one for sure.
Well, you know me, I was just already doing the math in my head. So let's say it's $100 less. That's what, close to 2 games for the hard copy or the digital copy, whereas you can get cheaper games. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on which one would come out more costly end game, I guess. Which for me would be the digital, because you basically have to buy the game full price every time.
I'll say
unless the digital market starts to kind of be more consumer friendly, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. Yeah. It's just I'm always connected to Wi-Fi, and plus also too, like me and my buddies, we share accounts, so all of my games are all digital. And anyways, like I just like it that way because
it is nicer. Yeah.
Now these days, midnight releases are not the same, and plus also too, there's no point of me really going out there and camping out just for it's not how it was back then.
Well, that's what you get a shit.
And also too, the disc, like the way that it's like that lump reminds me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Of the PS3, like the first PS3 with that big lump. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No, I still have my PS3. It's right over here.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't like that. I was like, oh, it looks cool, but I don't like that big lump. Like it looks
like the curvy. You don't like it curvy?
Yeah. When they showed the console the first time, I was on board with it, and then after they showed the digital edition, I was like, yeah, I don't like that disc drive. It just like sticks out like to the point where it's like, I want that cut off, please. Like, can you just like take a scalpel and just slice that right off, which they did.
Yeah. So the digital for me all the way.
I didn't see the point in showing the controllers and the accessories and all that, though. Like,
unless it comes with it. I mean, which
that's the
doubt,
thing. Like, okay, thanks for showing me the charger base for the controllers. Thanks for showing me the headset. Thanks for showing me the camera. But are you saying this is all going to come together, or are you just just showing off that you have products painted white? Like that's like I don't know what else you want me to talk. And the camera just looks weird.
Well, the camera looks small and weird. I don't really get the camera
So PlayStation is doing camera now, and maybe Xbox will do a camera. Well, I don't think they would,
Well,
right?
Xbox, PlayStation always had the camera, but the thing is, it was just like an extra
Yeah,
accessory,
an add-on.
Right.
like an add-on. It's like, hey, do you guys want the camera? If you guys want to play Just Dance and shit like that, and then hey, we have a charging port. Instead of connecting your your controller into the console, you could just connect it right there. Boom! My old GameStop fucking skills are coming back to me.
Yeah. Also,
Because, yeah.
was that a USB-C?
I don't know. I know it's USB. I just don't know if it's the Type C or not.
I think it looked like C because C is a rounded one, so it looked like C.
I'm not too sure, but also too, I really do like the controller. Yes, it looks like sort of an Xbox controller, but hey, I think Xbox controllers are the best controllers out there, and then for this one to kind of, sort of looks like it, and hopefully it feels like I'm excited for the controller.
Yeah, I'd have to feel it. Like I don't care what it looks like. If it,
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say really quick, going back to the whole digital and standard, I really strongly believe this is why they went with these two versions, because this is going to be an expensive console. Plus, they probably saw, I'm going to assume, I'm speculating here, that Xbox and their digital console probably was successful enough to maybe start the talks of like, okay, maybe we should have just a digital edition console, because the Xbox was the first one to do that. And so when I saw that happen, I was like, okay, Sony, what exactly is your game here? Because you've always been like pushing like, oh, you got to have a library of games. But now you're doing a digital edition, which kind of, because like there's still a large group of people that want physical discs.
A lot more people, because I know a couple people out there that when games do come out, they wait, like him.
Yeah. All right.
And they usually buy it off of like OfferUp, or they buy it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, where they just like to buy used games and then return them, or maybe just trade them in or whatever.
Right.
So, and with digital, you can't really do that. So I can honestly see people going on the disc side, and then there's other people where they just go they're just full digital. Like I'm one of those guys, and I know Sal is one of them. I know he's disc.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. Depends on if I've actually really liked the game and I've played it for so long. Eventually, I will get it on disc. I think I have maybe half. I'm half and half.
Yeah, it's just thing is like there's a lot more better sales for disc games than digital.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I'm hoping that when the sales reports comes out for this console, that we get to see how many people purchase the digital and how many people purchase the physical one. Which, I'm interested to see where the market is heading towards.
And now, are we speculating what maybe? Well, I don't know about you guys. Probably $100 difference from the two.
For consoles? Sure, yeah, I see $100 difference.
Or more.
Yeah, no, I just said like $100 is probably going to be that big difference there, because if this is like, let's just assume, right, that this is a $500 console. I mean, that's probably, a lot of people are speculating it's going to be $600, but regardless, let's be gracious and say a $500 console. Then why not get a $400 digital edition, which might put it lower than the Xbox price, maybe, for all we know.
But I think the disc drive would be the cheapest thing compared to everything else, right?
I think it will be more, because you remember this is different processing with the 4K and with the Blu-ray and everything like that. So I think the digital side will be a lot more cheaper than disc.
So, well, I mean, also you'd have to, now you bring it up, there wouldn't be any 4K player, which I don't have a lot of discs when it comes to 4K movies. But
that's another thing I was thinking, because I do have some Blu-ray movies that I eventually am gonna rewatch them, and if I do get a PS5, I mean, I don't know. I have my PS4 that I'm not planning to trade in at all, because I don't know how many. We're gonna talk about the games in a bit, but I don't know how many games are gonna be compatible with the PS5. So I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna keep my PS4.
Yeah, that's true too. But if there's a good trade-in deal, maybe. And also, to state off the bat, if we haven't, I don't really plan on getting the PS5 when it first comes out. Don't know about you guys. I'm sure. Well, I've got feelings, but go ahead.
I mean,
I gotta talk my way through it.
but that's what I want us to talk about. Even though they did show the console, but did it sold any of you guys with the upcoming games, with the exclusive games, or anything like that?
Can I go on a mini rant about the first thing they showed?
You know what? And I want to join you on that mini rant also too, because I wrote notes and I wrote little comments. So I want
go.
go.
Do you want to just go into it?
I want to start with this. Besides Cam, who the fuck cares about GTA 5 anymore?
You want to know what I wrote? I wrote GTA 5. Cool. Where's 6?
True.
I don't understand why they push this hard. Okay, so there's a lot of things I noticed, right? When they started the event off with this game, I was like, I'm worried that they're not going to have a strong launch lineup, that they're going to push this instead, because they were promoting like, oh, you get $1 million every month if you buy the game now and up until when the PS5 releases. And I'm like, okay, cool, to bring people up to date. But then you also get GTA Online for free? And I'm thinking like, there's got to be a catch. And I don't know if you guys noticed it. At the bottom, it said
until
free
2021.
No. You have to have a PlayStation Now account.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Now or Plus?
I think it was Plus.
I saw Now. I saw PlayStation Now.
Now I don't even know which
because
one
if it was
the
the Plus,
is.
I'd be like, okay, whatever. But you have to have a PlayStation Now account.
But what happens if you already do have the game already?
Well. You should have waited till now to buy it.
Well, also, I agree. I am a Rockstar fan, but I will say that much. But yeah, it's true that this game has been out since the PlayStation 3. Okay. Yes, the PlayStation 3. And you're like, okay, you get it for free for the PlayStation 5. That's 3 generations, right? Like, 1, 2, 3. Or we should say 3, 4, 5. It's free, cool. It's updated, just like they did for the PlayStation 4. Okay, cool. But I mean, if you haven't played it already,
like I understand that they're adding, DLCs like for free and everything like that. And there's still a lot of people that there's a still huge fan base for this game,
which I am,
sure.
But it's just come on.
Enough to get it again, like to go through all of that again.
Exactly. Like it's not. It should. Like you should move on. Like, is there another game that you guys should remake or not? Like I don't know. Like I would love for LA Noir. Remake,
yes,
just remake instead of because I'm already getting tired of GTA 5. Like I played the shit out of it. I love it. I think it's a great game. But why continue on porting it into other things? I just don't get it.
I would love to see another LA Noire GTA. I think it's because Rockstar has made so much money off the online of GTA 5. I think that's why they've been pushing it. That's why, get it for free. But hey, a lot of people buy the shark cards or whatever to buy
give me started with
those clothes or vehicles. Oh, trust me, I've never bought one at all. I think I've got like 25 million in the bank for GTA just by grinding. I probably put more hours in that game.
I'm wondering
any game I've ever had combined.
I'm wondering if they're going to continue on with the same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2.
I doubt it. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But
all right, let's talk about the next game. Can I let me just say this.
I'm shaking my head as you're talking.
Go ahead, Sal. I actually was thinking about you about this.
Yeah, me too. I saw it. I'm like, what is that? No, that. Oh no! Oh, here we go.
As soon as I saw the hint of red line, I was like, "Mother, God damn it! You're starting off with this shit. Damn it!"
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So if you haven't been listening to us at all, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
It takes another drink.
I'm gonna drink you with that one.
And despite things I've said before about the Spider-Man PS4 game, I still think it's a masterpiece. As a Spider-Man biased fan, it's a masterpiece. I am very surprised that they made this announcement for Spider-Man Miles Morales. I didn't.
And I hinted about this too. I'm like, well, what happens if they come out with a Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 5? And I'm like, oh, it's not
And
gonna
I think
happen.
Sal was even like saying that it's like it's not gonna happen. Not for the next like year.
I
Well,
didn't think it was.
I don't think it is either. Still, so here's my
Well,
speculation
okay.
on this game. This is probably not a full-fledged $60 game. This
Uh-huh.
is probably and I don't want to say expansion because it's not like they're gonna base it off the PS4 Spider-Man PS4 game, but it's gonna be its own standalone game that I would hope they would price it at $40 and it'd just be like a shorter game, but focusing on just Miles Morales becoming Spider-Man. Because there's no way that Sony, like, unless Sony's standing on billions of dollars, that they were like, hey, Insomniac, while you're developing Spider-Man PS4, can you just create something for PS5 so that we have something to launch with on that day? Thanks, that would be great. Because I don't see how they could have created this game so fast after we just got Spider-Man yesterday. Literally, like just yesterday, we got Spider-Man PS4.
2018.
I could see it. Maybe they used a lot of stuff from the movie somehow.
Yeah.
So
Tom Holland.
I can go on and on about this game. I mean, let me just say this: I am excited. I'm like so beyond stoked when I saw all the images, the graphics. Like it looked actually better than the Spider-Man PS4 game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to play Miles' story. I liked when they showed the web slinging that he had a different style than Spider-Man did, which was like a nice little touch. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I'm just worried that this is not going to be as a strong enough title for an entry into the Spider-Man franchise. I don't think it's the sequel. A lot of people are speculating it's a sequel. We never got a confirmation. Like no one, like even people from Insomniac hasn't confirmed if it's a sequel or an expansion or whatever. I just think it's its own standalone game. I hope it lives up to the hype that it showed. But what do you guys think?
I think it's a DLC. I think Spider-Man is gonna continue on to the PS5, and this is just gonna be another like a DLC game, story expansion. I don't think it's gonna be its own game like what everybody think it is. It's not Spider-Man 2. That's how I see it.
It's definitely not. I don't think it's definitely Spider-Man. I don't think it's that either.
Yeah. In my notes though, I wrote this. I said, "Fuck yes." Because I think after what's Into the Spider-Verse, at least for me, because I haven't read comic books from like with Miles, unlike you, but I love Miles Morales as a character and as a superhero, and I'm excited of actually playing as him in this Spider-Man game, and also too like the soundtrack that they used for the trailer was kind of dope as fuck. Like I was like, hey, so yeah. I'm excited. What about you, Ham?
I'm with Sal on this that it could be if it's a full game or whatever. I think it was or will be rushed. Hopefully, somehow it isn't. I really want to know. Maybe by the time this is released, we find out whether or not it's a full game.
I do
DLC. I think it'd be hard to put. Not hard, but if you're already going to do it, commit. You have to put a new character in the game, and the way you said the movements looked different than the regular web swinging.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be kind of hard to, not hard, just if you're going to do it in a different game than actually in the, what is it? Just called Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man PS4. Spider-Man PS4, and this one is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
So for me, that seems like that's a different game. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out it's just a mobile game.
I hate you.
Running on iOS 26.2.
I don't know. I don't know if they were making this while Spider-Man PS4 came out. Or
I just find that so hard to believe that that's the case, because I don't think they could have predicted how successful this Spider-Man game came out. I mean, I think they knew they were going to be a great hit, but to be this big and then all of a sudden decide, oh, let's go ahead and start making the next game. Like, I that's why I can't justify the people saying that this is the sequel to this game. I just don't think that's the case. I don't think Insomniac are that stupid to rush out a game like that, knowing how like sensitive this game is to a lot of people. I just don't. I think this is like a $40 standalone game that is not as lengthy as the original Spider-Man PS4, but also not as crap as the DLC for
can you
Spider-Man
imagine
PS4.
it's only a 4-hour game?
Like all
That's
the
more
Call
than
of
the
Duties,
DLC. So
basically.
Ugh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But also, I don't think they had to wait until the Spider-Man game was successful. I think they only had to wait until they found out that Spider-Man
sure.
Into the Spider-Verse had to be successful. And they're like, all right, make a game now.
I hope it comes out at launch, but it did say holiday 2020, so for all we know, it might come out towards the end of the year. I don't know. I don't think it's an expansion that or a DLC like you're thinking, Mike,
Holiday
because
2020.
I don't see how that works out with a PS,
Holiday
because this is supposed to be PS5 like hardware and shit. So I don't see how that works with a PS4 game getting a PS5 DLC. I don't know how the technicality of that works, but it doesn't sound like it's
Yeah,
going to be.
And
we'll see.
so, and then to refresh my mind and the listeners, did it actually, that game come out last
No,
year? Was it
2018.
last year?
Yeah,
Was
but
it
basically
2018?
last year, like that's why I said like just yesterday. Like I feel like we just got it
Okay,
yesterday.
Yeah,
so
close enough.
almost Tuesday. Okay,
But
okay.
anyways, let's move on to the
Good enough.
next game that they showed is Gran Turismo 7. If you like racing games, I thought it looks fun. I know back then I used to have Gran Turismo 4, but I haven't really bought a Gran Turismo game for quite some time. So, I don't know if you guys like Forza.
I played like first few Forzas, maybe one,
Okay,
two,
and then
and
have you played Gran
three.
Turismo?
I never played Gran Turismo. It was, it just never looked that
Okay.
great. But also I don't remember this in the video just because I was working and I think it froze. So I really didn't get to see this. I don't remember it.
Oh well, the car. What about you, Sal? Are you into racing
If it's
games?
not Burnout or if it's not Need for Speed, I don't typically pay attention
Uh,
to racing
No,
games.
in
gotcha.
the club.
Although there is
Uh,
another car game that was in this event that I actually did have my interest.
oh,
But
that looked kind of cool. Yeah.
this Gran Turismo, I mean, I think it's cool for the Gran Turismo fans because I know there is. It's been a long time since I think a Gran
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turismo game came out. So that's good. It's good on them. I don't have anything really
the
positive or
cars looks
negative to say
nice.
about this because it's I don't have a baseline to judge it off.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the cars look nice. I know my fiance was like, "Yeah, we're getting that." I'm like, "Yeah, I already know," because she loves cars. But all right, going to the next game, the best game in the world. I'm excited for this game.
Scoop.
Oh my god! I'll drink to
Shit.
that.
Okay, this is a Sony thing, Sal. Please keep it professional, dick. But anyways, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Ooh. Okay, so here's where I'll chime in.
Mm-hmm.
I just bought Ratchet and Clank PS4 today. I've never played the PS4
Really?
version. Yeah. Okay. Can I give my history of Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
Wait, quick. I bought it for $10. I don't know where it is.
That's why I bought it now because it's
I think
$10
it's
digital.
sealed.
So that's why I
Yeah,
bought
it's sealed somewhere. Yeah.
it. Okay. I was obsessed with Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, you were.
The first one, I 100%ed that shit. Like, got the gold guns, maxed everything out. And what was really cool about the second one was that you got a discount on on some of the guns that you could purchase if you had a save file from the first one. And then I
Nice.
100%ed the shit out of the second one. I got all the ship designs. I maxed out the ship. I got the high scores or whatever you could get on the missions. Got every collectible. Up your arsenal. I only played the first 10 minutes of the game. Here's why. This is a sad story. I got to
Why?
the first box that you could purchase weapons, and in that box there was a weapon that had a gun that was discounted at almost half the price if you had a save file for the second one, and it didn't pop up, and I'm thinking what the hell? I spent so much time doing all this shit. Why is it not giving me the discount? I go back into my save file because there was the PS2 memory card. All that got wiped out. My Ratchet and Clank 1, my Ratchet and
Damn.
Clank 2. Someone, I don't remember who, but someone had played on my PS2, I think while I was out or gone, whatever, and just overwrote my save files for those games. And I was so pissed. I was like, I don't have the time or the energy to go back and do all that. So, and then that's where I kind of ended with Ratchet and Clank because I just had that really bad moment. I just didn't have the time to go back. So I was really excited when they showed this game because it looked amazing, and I immediately just went and bought the PS4 on digital edition on the PS4 just now. So it's already downloaded, waiting for me to play it. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I'm glad that I didn't know the PS4 was a reboot of the original, which is kind of
I don't know.
which is kind of like a good starting point for me. So okay, go on. You guys can talk now.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I love Ratchet and Clank. I didn't play the PS4 version. I don't know why I didn't play it. I think there was other games that were coming out, and I think it overshadowed it.
I think so too.
Right? So
Probably.
So I'm gonna go back. I want to know when is there gonna be the release date. I think next year they said, right?
I don't remember. I had a hard time keeping track of when was coming out what.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
The only thing, what they showed, I don't know if I'm a big fan with the whole teleport thing. With the hook.
Yeah, I don't want that to be too gimmicky. Like that be like the Batmobile of this game.
Oh God, you hate that Batmobile.
I do.
Hey, I hate it too. I'm on the same boat with Sal. I when I first saw that, I was like, okay, I like how the game looks. It looks really good. It looks really polished. You know, the characters so far when they were going through that ship before they went into the other dimension, they look really good. The enemies look spot on, great. But I just don't really like that whole you grab a hook and you're teleporting here,
Right.
but then you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, where exactly am I? Oh, okay, there's the enemy. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not as bad.
I would say because this is an Insomniac game, and their big their unique thing has always been gadgets. And after playing 1 and 2, they're really good with how they work out their gadgets. And even in Spider-Man PS4, even if I didn't use them that much, they're pretty useful depending on the situation that you have to deal with. So I wouldn't worry too much. I think they just showcased it a little bit too much for our taste.
Probably. What about you, Em? What do you think about it?
I played a little bit of Ratchet and Clank. I mean, it does look phenomenal. When you were talking about the teleportation, maybe the disadvantage of it is that maybe you don't know where you sort of end up exactly, and then that might hurt you instead of just using it all the time.
Right. Yeah.
I do want to go back and play it. I have it, the PS4 version.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere, yeah. I've got a couple games where it's somewhere where I'm I didn't pay that much where I'm I have to play it real quick. But I do have to beat Uncharted first. And then Last of Us first.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I might have to hold off on that.
For sure. All right, so the next game that they showed, you guys have to pardon my, I don't know if I'm saying this name right, Project Athia, right?
Yeah, it was like a ATTI, something like that, right?
Yeah, Athia, right? AITHA.
Project Athia.
Okay, I was saying Athia, yeah.
And just so it gets out of my mind, and before I forget, this is the thing they showed.
It's going to be exclusive to Sony.
No, but this was a hardware test, right?
No.
No.
I don't think so. No.
Was it because she was sort of flying the same way, and so this wasn't the one that we saw with the lumens and all that? This wasn't it?
I don't believe so because
Okay.
Yeah, this is a Square Enix game.
Okay.
I think Epic Games or whatever was the one that did the demo, the Unreal demo.
Yeah.
All right. Because I thought that was. All right.
On my
Okay.
notes, I put damn, looks dope.
Yeah,
sure.
definitely look good.
It looks really cool that you're an earthbender. You have nature on your side. But I want to see more gameplay. I can't wait. It's gonna come out. Well, I don't know if it's gonna come out next year, but I know that it's gonna be. They're gonna show more gameplay later on.
Sure.
Okay, so the next game, Stray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
On my notes, I put, God damn it, they did it.
I don't. What made Game of the Year 2020? 2021. I'm sorry.
Wait, there's a lot of people who like cats, man. Man, you never know.
I was gonna put Puss in Boots, but I don't know if that would have made sense. I guess you're a cat in a futuristic. Everybody's a robot, and
I don't know. I don't have anything really to say about this game. I mean, I'm sure it's great for cat lovers, but I don't have anything to say.
I thought you'd play as one of the robot people when I was saying it, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Oh no.
Yeah.
I
don't. I have Goat Simulator. I'll play that. I guess.
I mean, if they put it on for free, I might play. I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. Well, I guess we'll see more gameplay. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not playing it. So.
Hey, we have to. I'm not playing. Okay.
I told you my cost. Yeah, we're gonna play that first. Oh my god.
Okay. And the next game, that they showed was Returnal.
Whoa. Okay.
Returnal. So on my notes, I put you die and come back.
Wait, which one?
I was like, wait, which one are we talking about?
All
this
games
is
have that.
sort of like space
the
one.
The sci-fi one.
The sci-fi one that
the sci-fi one, yes,
everybody's guessing that it looks like a Dark Souls but with a gun.
I wouldn't say that.
Didn't. I mean, I saw a little bit of it. I was like, okay, but then the story was like another Groundhog Day where like I die and then I repeat time. I'm like, okay, is this? I feel like that shit is getting outplayed already.
I agree. Actually, the funny thing is, I just saw Edge of Tomorrow last week. So I was just like, weird that all these. Whereas it should have been like a video game thing first, where it's been a movie thing. Now video games are trying to overdo it. I'm like, I don't know.
Explore other worlds?
Well, I don't know if it's other worlds, but it is more interesting where it's almost like a horror game. It looks like something maybe from her past, trying to connect, like trying to take over for. So it's not just like a repeat game. And she also said the planet or something was adapting as well.
Yeah, it was adapting, and it was just killing her over and over again, and she's losing her insanity or something or some shit or she's going crazy because she keeps on dying and repeating the same. Thing.
I have an eye on it, but it doesn't have my complete interest.
I guess we need more gameplay because
the graphics look good, and it didn't sound like a basic die and repeat. I probably would get it close to launch.
I don't know because they didn't. I don't know if this was an exclusive. Was it? Was it an exclusive?
I cannot tell you.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We didn't really pay attention if it said exclusive. We're just going based on my notes here. But anyways, if you guys know, leave a comment below. But okay, next game, Sackboy.
Sure. I know people like that. He's from Little Big Planet, right?
Little Big Planet.
Yeah, well, why isn't this Little Big Planet 3
it's
then?
Four because about time that they make a game like this. Because Little Big Planet is a platforming game that has a story, but you don't really pay attention to the story, and you go through like this different obstacle courses, and you could build your own obstacle course, but it's not as satisfying as other games. So the way that I saw it was like, okay, you're this cute little sack boy. You have different costumes, and it's sort of like a Mario game, and it's his own. It's just a whole new different game, but with Sackboy.
But it sounds like the same thing. Isn't he in the first one too?
No, because the way the camera looks and the way that the game looks, it's a whole different like gameplay.
I get that, but bro, I don't know why they wouldn't just keep
Because
the
you
name,
don't really
bro.
die in Little Big Planet. This one, you look like you do die if you get eaten, and also
no.
you're Sackboy.
I think that's like my winning
that's
thing
what
here.
I'm saying. But aren't you Sackboy in the
Yeah,
Little Big
but
Planet?
like,
That's what I'm trying to.
I mean, it's a game that there is like that niche group that are obsessed with Little Big Planet, and I'm sure they're going crazy over this. I don't know. I guess I don't have anything really to say about this either. But
Yeah, I never got into it. They always looked amazing, and this looks amazing as well.
yeah.
But
So now going to the next game, and this is where this conference kind of was losing me. Yeah.
really,
I know we didn't talk about it. I felt in the middle of everything. It was just a lot of fucking indie games, guys.
I thought it was
games,
even.
But
I mean, what's the game?
the next game, this is the game that Sal was looking forward to.
Oh,
Destruction
okay.
All-Star.
Yeah, I just like so first of all,
Yeah, Twisted
That's
Metal,
what I
baby.
said.
all that I had.
I put Twisted Metal, but kids version.
So as soon as the cars like started like beating the shit out of each other, I was like, where the hell is my
Yeah.
Twisted Metal game? Like, what if we get like
Right?
a
What
remake
happened to
or
that?
like a reboot of that or whatever? But anyway, I like the concept of cars having these weapons and been blowing each other up and this like deathmatch kind of thing. But what I thought was also cool, and I maybe other games have done this. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to this genre of games, but that even if your car blows up, you still are able to kind of go as a person and also try to blow up the other cars or use them to your advantage or things like that. So I just thought that was a really cool concept, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. I kind of want to try it out when it comes out.
I don't know. I'm just like I said. I just put Twisted Metal, but kid version, and it just reminds me of Fortnite. I just hope they don't have those stupid fucking dances.
Wow.
Colors, yeah.
I don't know. You guys know what I mean, right?
No, I got you. I could see that happening just because of the models. Of the,
Yeah, I mean, I do want to. I
but
do want to give it a try. I do want to see how.
Did you like Twisted Metal?
I love Twisted Metal.
No, it looks good. I mean, you know, it's not super graphic-y.
I need blood.
As, you know, the scientists say. But I like Sal said, the concept of you can still destroy cars as you're walking around or running around. I think I would have noticed that somewhere else in video game lineups history, whatever you want to say. But it is an interesting concept, especially if you have like multiple people that you know, multiplayer, all that. But playing it solo, I don't see that happening. But playing with you guys, sure.
You never
cool.
played Rocket League by yourself?
I tried it. Like I just like whatever.
All right.
I like I said, I don't like playing online games with randos. I don't.
That's fine, man. You're that random blueberry. So
What?
Except
game?
for Halo.
all right, next game. Kino, Bridge of Spirits.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Pretty.
this one.
It looked pretty. It reminds me of Zelda.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it reminded me of the first time I like Fable. I was like, I got the staff and dodging around. Reminded me of Fable. Oh,
I don't know. It looks really good. It looks promising.
The only thing I have concern about that I'm not a fan of because I just never liked Pikmin is that it seems like these creatures that were in that trailer are part of your gameplay. But I mean, I don't know. That'll just be my one little thing where I'm like, these little Pikmin creature things. Like I'm over it.
I thought the same thing too. I was like, what's that game with that little spaceship guy with
Olimar
the
the Pikmin.
Yeah, it's like Pikmin and Zelda mixed in, but then you ham saw Fable.
Yeah, I saw Fable. Like they were the first Fable. I'm just like, you get to dodge, you got your staff. If this is more of an RPG and it's
It's a
actually,
3D action
I,
adventure.
well, still,
Yeah,
I
it
might
looks
be
really
down to
pretty. It looks,
get it.
it has my interest. I just, like I said, I just hope the creatures aren't part of the mechanics.
Yeah. But next game, Goodbye Volcano High. I put this I
I'll
put
drink.
this as a positive thing. I said I bet the soundtrack is going to be good. One more info on the soundtrack. I guess the animation looks good.
Is this based off anything?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
It definitely hits a very, very, very niche group of people, but it's
Indie.
fine. Like, I don't know. I don't have anything negative. Like, there's nothing that really disinterested me about it. I was just like, this is a weird take, but I'll go with it.
I feel like it's going to be a choice game.
Maybe.
You know?
I feel like it has to relate to something. This didn't come out of nowhere. I feel
I don't
like
know.
a comic, a book, or anything. There has to be something a predecessor before this. It's just dinosaurs and high school.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I got.
What's our next game?
Next game. Odd World Soulstorm.
I never got into Series 2. I always thought it was
Me
an
neither.
Xbox exclusive game. I didn't know it made its way onto PlayStation, or maybe it wasn't an exclusive.
It was on the PS2.
Okay.
Or original PlayStation, I think, too.
Again, it's one of those games that it's a cult following kind of thing, and I'm sure it's great for those. It looked good, graphics wise. It looked pretty damn good. I thought. It's not a game I don't think I'd check out though.
Yeah, me neither. I remember my cousin playing the old one. I always thought that was like a weird turtle that has tape on his mouth. And
yeah, they look
I don't
weird
know.
as
I'm
shit.
not.
I don't even know.
I'm gonna probably pass on it. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but all right. Next game. Ghostwire Tokyo.
I was disappointed by this one.
Really? I put Where's Sam and Dean or Bleach. I don't know. I didn't really find it really appealing.
I remember. I think this was 2 years ago when they first brought this up, or it could have been last year. Because remember, it was the Asian chick that was like really super bubbly, and like everyone on the internet was like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with this girl." Who also left the project for some reason or whatever.
I fucking hate this girl.
They hyped up this game, and it looked like it when they were talking about it. It seemed really interesting, but after watching it, I'm just like, eh. Like I'm sure Tokyo looks cool. Like I've never been to Tokyo, but that looks very Tokyo-like. Like because that's what the director was talking about at the beginning.
He did. I do remember him
mentioning that. Yes. I don't know. I wasn't too impressed with the gameplay.
Me neither. When he says like supernatural stuff, I thought it was gonna be like a horror game.
Yeah.
But no, it was just like a weird. You're this. I don't know, this spiritual goal. This power that you could see like the death world, I guess, and you're getting rid of the bad spirits.
It could also be an action horror game like Fear.
Yeah. True, but I just don't see that. The way that I saw it was like a cartoonish game.
Yeah.
That I'm not too sure. Yeah.
It's like an arcade game, like House of the Dead or something.
I don't know. So
not even that good.
So next game, Jet, the Far Shore.
I can't remember.
Don't remember.
Yeah,
it was like that weird, either. Like you're this. They didn't barely show anything. All it was like,
oh, is this like start off like 1 day, 2 days?
Yeah, that one.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like 1 year. Yeah,
I don't. I was just like, okay, this is where I was like, sort of like, all right, this shit is like dragging on now. Like,
yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I get where you're coming from on that one.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't really look that appealing at all.
Nah,
Yeah.
no idea what it was. It reminded me of like No Man's Sky.
Oh,
It's like,
gotta get away
okay,
from that.
what's the point?
Um,
Yeah, yep. Yep.
all right. So next game we had Godfall.
Oh yeah, this was the one that reminded me of I don't know, like Destiny meets like God of War
I
meets
put
I
Dark
don't know what
Souls
else.
meets Destiny. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but it looks really good. I don't know. I want to see more info about this game.
It
Me
seemed like it
too.
was
What you-
What
very
about you,
heavy
Sal?
on the customization part of it, but I didn't really see that much customization. Like, sure, they switched up like two things, like for each topic they talked about, like the weapons and the armor. But I don't know. I'm not
But
impressed by it. I thought the concept was cool, but at the same time, like I didn't see anything that was really exciting for me.
but Sai, you could change colors though. How
Yeah, you can have a blue suit.
that doesn't sell you the game?
Our next game is what?
I'm just saying, no, but I'm looking forward to see more things about it. But it definitely could be a hit or miss depending on other
Yeah.
factors. I guess.
Okay, so next game is Solar Ash. Nice art style, but I'm more likely won't get it because I know it's based off of Neon Light, that indie game.
So yeah, can you remind me what was?
It
Was this
what
the
was
one
that?
where the
a
chick
I
was like
don't.
looking like she was skating through like the world
Yeah.
or whatever?
Oh, that's all. That's all I
Yeah, that's all
remember.
I
Was
remember
skating.
too.
Yeah,
I mean, it looked
Yeah.
cool. Like the art style looked cool, but
yeah.
otherwise I'm just like,
Oh, with the weird art style, like it was more like polygons,
Yeah, it was like
right?
a lot of color, but of course it was like one of
Yeah.
those the trailer was like very art form, and like that main character
I
was
got you.
like
This definitely an indie
cool
game.
looking. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in the middle of it, I put. Oh my God, we get it. You have circles and X's.
yeah,
Oh
that was
yeah.
bothering
That
me.
is
I
a good
was like,
one.
where's this leading? Is this going to be a console review, or you just like really love to play like tic tac toe or something? Like,
I don't know. Like who
For
lost? I
real.
want to know. Like,
I didn't get the point. I don't know.
I,
Yeah. Every time I'm like, are they gonna show it? Are they gonna show it? I'm like,
like
oh.
like even like my fiance, she was watching this, she was like, oh my God, again of this shit. I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was too much. Like, whatever. But next game after that was Hitman 3. Why the graphics looks like a PS3
Okay, so I
game?
wasn't the only one that noticed that too. Where it just like, if this is a PS5 game, why do you still look like a PS3 or PS4 kind of game? Like,
Exactly. And
Yeah, I don't
also
know.
too, a trailer is not gameplay.
Yes, I 100% agree.
For that,
All right, was this the first game that did that? Because
yes.
I remember at one point I'm like, they said it at the end, which I thought they were going to show later, and then I'm like, oh no, I think they were talking about
Yeah,
the thing
because
before. I think this is the first
one of the
Yeah.
creators was like, I want you to watch Agent 40, what was it, 47?
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, I think
47,
it's 47.
whatever, 49, whatever his number is.
47.
Watch this agent go to Dubai. We're going to show you gameplay. And it was just him.
Yeah.
It was just a trailer of him sneaking into a party with these terrible graphics looking, and game is over. Wow. Take my money. Let me get 5 copies. What did you think about it, Sal?
I like I said, the graphics really threw me off. I've never been into Hitman at all, so
Me neither.
I get that
Not
it's
me
a
neither.
stealth game. You have to set up a lot of shit. Like the concept always sounded cool, but I know I'm sure fans have been waiting for the third part of this, what was supposed to be set up as a trilogy.
That's
and
true. Yeah.
I thought this came out a long time ago already anyway. But I guess those were
Me
like,
too. I was like, 3?
How many-
sub games or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it. I like I said, it just like the other games I've said before, it's good for those groups that are following these games, but it's something I'm not really interested in.
Yeah, like I thought there was already like a lot of different types of Hitmans,
Yeah, at least 5.
but
Shit.
we're at 3. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the best, and then of course the other game after Hitman is another game that Sal's been looking forward to. Astro's Playroom. Who the fuck plays this and why?
This is like the knack of PS5. I feel like
It's just like this better be like
This is the free. Yeah, Sony has this room. Yeah, Sony has that room where you're this little robot thing, and you just do like these weird games that. Who plays this? Why? Why is this a thing?
I don't know.
That's my little mini rant.
Sony
Do you guys have
fanboys
any?
that too. I'm just
Oh,
I don't
drink
know.
to that.
I didn't. Is this a series or is this the first Astro game ever?
No.
I think it's the first one. I think he came out of the actual PlayStation controller, man. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I don't think it's an actual like digital like a game that you're gonna buy. I think it's a free game where like you could go to the playroom because like
on
it's the Wii Sports of
it will
PlayStation.
come preloaded onto every PS5 for free, and
Yeah,
it's designed to show off the new features of the DualSense controller.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, but still, I'm not gonna play it. But okay,
yeah,
all right.
So it was either the Hitman one or one coming up soon, the game where it feels like they really quickly were like 2022, and I'm like, whoa, 2022.
you gotta let me know right before we get to the very last game because I wanna bring that up.
Okay, got you.
All right.
So the next game, we're almost done. The list is almost done. Little Devil, and toilets. I just that's what I wrote for my notes.
Which
it was the
one
little
this?
devil. It was like this little kid out there hunting while you're watching this old man poop and sleep.
Oh yeah, it was weird.
I don't understand the concept of it.
I don't either. I have no comment on this one.
It didn't look that bad, but
yeah.
I don't know.
And then, so no comments on Little Devil.
Yeah, we can skip. We can skip.
Okay, pass, I guess. NBA 2K21.
Oh, Mike, you talk all about that because I know you've been looking forward to this one.
Hold on. Are you for real? Because I think it froze on me again when I was watching.
Yeah, NBA 2K21. Okay. On my notes, I put this long, this long thing. I love you, Madden. That's. I just
I don't know.
Prefer Madden than 2K.
I mean, there's basketball players out there, so they gotta have their 2K.
I'm glad I didn't see this.
Next
I didn't
game.
need to see it. Cool.
Next game.
Pass.
Oh god, this is the part where I was actually I think I'm gonna just turn it off.
Is it Bugsnax? Bugsnax, is it?
Yep.
Bugsnax?
Yep. Back Bugsnax. Yes.
That looked kind of cute. That was kind of cool.
It does not.
It wasn't that bad.
What the hell is this? You eat a strawberry and then your body turns into a strawberry?
No, they're animals that are
Go ahead, defend this game. I dare you. Defend this game.
They're animal that they're also food.
Aren't animals already food? What else you want? Fucking cows, don't we?
I don't know.
You monster. Can I get a beef lo mein?
Oh, you eat cows? Yes, you can. But no, I don't know. It's like a cute little cutesy game for little kids.
I would not let my child play this game.
Yeah, Bugsnax, you got at least one confirmed purchase.
Not a confirmed purchase. I won't hate on it.
I will actually buy this game for you, Ham, if you live stream it.
Sure. And every time I see a different animal, I will take a shot. Or food, or what? I don't know.
If we could get
each shot is a different flavor of vodka.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate flavored vodka.
And you have to eat a strawberry after.
I'm not eating it.
I don't know. It is a very cartoony game. I'm sure people like it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything of it though. Like they didn't really show gameplay of it. They showed like the world a little bit, but not really what you do in the game. So,
If I had to pick this game or Astro Playroom, my ass is going back into that playroom.
Well, Astro's free, so
Exactly, that's
shit,
already
why not?
enough for me. All right, so the next game where Demon Souls, I'm awake. I put on my notes.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Demon Souls. It was hinted. There was rumors that it was going to be a remake for this game. Everybody said it was going to be on the PS4, but it's coming onto the PS5. What do you guys think about it?
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's really cool because this is the original that started this whole dark. Because everyone goes to Dark Souls and watches speedruns of Dark Souls, but you don't hear a lot of talk about Demon Souls. Ham was the first one that brought
Not at
Demon
all.
Souls to my attention when I started talking
Damn
about Dark Souls a long time
straight.
ago. And so it's really cool that it's getting a remake. It seems to be like not just an HD remaster, but maybe expanding more on the story, maybe, or putting more like gameplay stuff into it. So I think I'll have my eye on it for sure. I might check it out, depending on when all these games are coming out. But I think it's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's true.
I think it's a good thing.
What about you, Ham?
Yeah.
Close to 80 to 90% sure I'm gonna purchase it sooner than later. Um, like Sal said, it just depends on when it's actually released.
Right.
And I assume it's gonna be full
Yeah,
price.
more likely
Probably,
$60.
yeah, if it's a remake.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'm buying this game for
probably.
sure when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm a Souls fan, Bloodborne fan, but I love these types of games. I think they're very challenging, and I want to go back. I want to go back into the first game that did it all. I don't know. Is it like? Will you? Yeah, first game.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right,
I agree.
moving on to the next game. Oh my god. Deathloop. Oh my god.
No,
Not
Oh
I
my
was
god.
good.
starring
This is.
Jonathan
Wait,
Gordon.
what?
Not starring Gordon Levitt.
Looper, get out of here.
Yeah.
Joseph
I put. Oh
Gordon-Levitt.
my
Yeah.
god. This is getting old with the whole you die and reset time.
Yeah, but have you actually played a game like
What,
that?
Deathloop?
Well, no, the concept of
Well,
die
yeah,
and then
like
come
an
back.
actual. Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a few more and more now. But did you actually? I haven't actually
Yeah, you
played it yet.
have. We all have.
No, but I mean the concept of that. It's supposed to be if you die, you have to start
Yeah,
from the
we
beginning.
have.
Ori?
We all have. Yeah. All
Not
games.
like the way it's
Mario. We have
presented.
played with Star Fox. Everything. So I don't know if this is a really good transition to a video game at all.
I was really hoping because I
We'll
thought
see.
for a second this was going to be like a Prince of Persia kind of situation where you can control time and you can rewind or
Really?
fast forward. That's what I got out of it at the very first
I
couple
got
minutes.
Dishonored.
But then I started seeing like him waving his arm around and doing shit. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is a bit like the Force powers. Like, is that what's going on here? So,
Well, yeah, I did.
I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know how the concept works out. Like, I feel like it's gonna be here's a level you have to get to the end of it, but it's not just the enemies you have to defeat. It's also like the chick that you have to avoid too. And I feel like there's more strategy involved in this one. So this
I
one
think
is
so
more
too.
interesting than the other one, I think, as far as gameplay goes. But I don't think it's still something I'm gonna pick up. I think I'd rather kind of wait to see how it plays out before I make a final decision on it.
I'm gonna pass on this game. I didn't find it interesting at all. Like I don't know. It reminds me of Dishonored, but doesn't really look that interesting to me, at least. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess more gameplay will probably change my mind, maybe. But for now, I'm good.
No, but I am interested. Especially because at the end she like whatever her
That
quote
was a good quote. I don't
uh,
like seeing you die, but I like killing you.
yeah, but then you see what happens after. She jumps and you see her with the guns. So I'm like, oh wait a minute, it seems like it's possible you can play as her because when she lands, it's first person
okay.
with
I
the
didn't
two
notice that.
guns.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so I was like, ooh, interesting. So maybe after you beat the game as him, you could play as her hunting him. So I don't know.
All right,
down.
let's talk about a game that I was fucking excited when they announced it.
Oh,
Resident
it has to
Evil
be.
8.
Oh no, not that.
I fucking love the seventh one. I thought Resident Evil 7 was fantastic, and it's a continuation of that. Um, I put hell yeah, and yeah, she dead for sure.
Okay, I got two things to say about this. I'm gonna say the
Okay,
best
what's
one
up?
for last.
All right.
But the first thing I want to mention, is it straying away from the whole zombie infection and now turning into more of like Van Helsing monsters kind of world kind of thing? Because at first I thought this seems like a Van Helsing game, and then all of a sudden they say Resident Evil 8, and then you see Chris, and I was like, oh, that's really weird. Like I would never have guessed this would have been a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
I don't really follow the story. I stop.
Oh my
I just know
God.
that I know Resident Evil always does random shit. That's I
Up
mean,
until the seventh
I
one, it's
guess
always been like zombie infections, like zombie this, zombie monster that. Like the seventh one was the only one that was more like some sort of parasitic thing, like infecting people. But I don't know. This one is like there's a werewolf. Like my theory, Chris is the werewolf in this one.
You think
I
so?
think so.
Why is he using a gun?
To cover up. I don't know.
I don't get it either because I saw it and I'm like, what
And
time
then
period is like Resident Evil? Like this looks like
the main guy is the
I don't
guy
get it.
from Resident Evil 7, right?
Yeah,
Ethan. Yeah. Okay, so here's my
Yeah.
second thing. You got shot by him, right? When you open up the door, he shot you straight point blank with a shotgun.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was a shotgun.
I've noticed that too. And like in the like he's like, "Oh my god, you almost friendly, you almost shot me."
Like I saw the
shot
blood and everything coming out of the TV screen onto me. Like you should be dead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just
So
thought it was so dumb. I was like, what?
So Ethan is
I
the
thought
werewolf.
so too,
then.
actually.
Nah. I still think it's Chris.
I don't know. But no, I don't get it. Is it old timey? Because what I saw was like old timey people, old timey like
they did say village
clothes. Yeah, village.
So probably they're at a part of. I'm not too sure. After they left the house, they went to a place that is not very updated yet. You know,
yes, maybe
because when Village showed up, it brought me nightmares to the M. Night Shyamalan movie. So I was like, oh my god, not this again. But then when I saw Resident Evil 8, I was like, oh my god, yes. I don't know.
So I don't know. Maybe some Eastern European village or something.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm excited. I love Resident Evil 7. I don't really follow the story for all the other Resident Evil games. I'm sorry, guys, but 7 was great. Yeah. But yeah. Let's go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I mispronounced this, guys. So sorry. Pragmatia.
Pragmata, I think.
Pragmata? Okay. This is the fucking biggest tease ever.
I thought it was a sequel to Death Stranding.
I thought it was Dead Space.
I already forgot what it was.
Which was this walking. There's a girl.
Oh yeah.
A holographic girl, like she's a hologram, right? Or is the cat the hologram? I can't remember.
The cat's a hologram.
Like a cyborg,
seemed like an AI somehow, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that I thought for a second.
Crazy.
I was like, is Death Stranding 2 already?
Yeah, something, but it was interesting. It's like, oh, the moon. It's like, oh no, it's not a moon. It's I don't know, fucking robot. And it's like, now we're on the moon. And it's like, what?
All right. So the next game is the last game.
Stop right there.
Ha!
This game, how you are to The Last of Us, this is me times 1,000 with this game. This is like my Halo of PlayStation. This trailer, I don't know about you guys, but I was mind blown. And I get that it was a cinematic trailer, but I got some things I want to talk about what it's presenting and the possibilities of this game, which of course
Ooh.
is Horizon Forbidden West. And I like that it's not a number 2 in there.
Yeah.
I hate it when they do number 2 and then blah blah blah. No,
Go.
I was like, okay, obviously this is a cinematic trailer, right? There was no actual gameplay footage, but
Yeah.
still, it looking beautiful. But not even that. What I really loved, like the core concept of the Horizon Zero Dawn, where that it was like this whole. I'm gonna put this very in a very bad context, but like old school versus new school, where it's like you got these high tech dinosaur looking creatures, these machines,
No,
and
I
you
got you.
had
I
to
got
defeat
you.
them with like a spear and a bow and arrow. But even though it wasn't like
Mm.
old school, like you could upgrade it and it'd be kind of up to par. But I just love that whole concept and the thought of doing those machines to other creatures didn't even cross my mind. So when I first saw that turtle coming out of the swamp, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think they could do something like that. And then they showed the crocodile, and then they did the pterodactyls, and then
Well, there's a crocodile.
but these were
in the
much
first one.
cooler, like slick and more
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna wreck you kind of thing. But then we got
Oh yeah,
fucking
whoa.
mechanical elephants. Like, how can you not love that shit?
Oh, they were like mastodons.
Yeah.
They were
Like,
like
I was thinking like
mastodons.
Lord of
Yeah.
the Rings Return of the King when I came up. I was like, I want to
That
like
looked cool.
kind of grapple onto that and then just slide off the trunk and say, that's it. I beat this game. I won. Like, I am so excited for this game that like this is a launch game, right?
I don't know. That's
They
the thing.
didn't
The things
really
kept going
say.
Here's the
by. I
thing,
don't
right?
know.
Between
I hope
Spider-Man,
so.
PS4, and Horizon, I would choose Horizon.
Really?
I am more
Oh
excited about
no!
this than I am Miles Morales.
Oh my god, that deserves a drink.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, that's blasphemy.
And you can swim underwater, and they're gonna do cities underwater. Like, oh,
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're gonna see a
my
robot shark,
God,
Andrew.
don't get me started. Oh,
Robot
Oh,
shark.
Okay, you might be disappointed.
Oh
my God.
no! Drunk and the teacher, drunk is drunk, and the cops gonna arrest all of us. That's our theme song, guys.
Oh
Don't
my
forget
God.
it.
I got to the beginning of the game, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I think life got in the way.
Oh, you mean the actual first game? Okay, I thought you were
Horizon,
speaking of the
Horizon,
trailer.
yeah.
Horizon
first
Zero
one.
Dawn. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Horizon
Gotcha
Zero
then.
Dawn. Life got in the way, so I never beat it. But I could say this: so far, what I played, the game is phenomenal.
Oh, okay. Then what the fuck you
No,
talking
because
about?
I didn't
All right.
beat the
Psych
game. I
out?
didn't beat the
Oh,
game.
that
I
was a
didn't beat the
psych
game.
out. Oh, that's okay. That's
So
fair. Shit happens.
after Last of Us 2, I am jumping right away. Ghost of Tsushima Kuwait because this trailer did get me hyped. I was like, what did I miss from the first one? Is there something that is continuing the story and that the trailer showed? Don't know. I'm hell of excited. Is it a launch title?
I want to say it is, and if it is, it's
I
got
wish.
an
I hope so.
automatic buy. Like,
Well, okay. If that's gonna happen, then I probably have to commit on my other side where I have to get an Xbox.
So I guess not to ruin the game for you, but the different animals they have different I guess just the ways they're approaching them. Just say animals, just say robot animals, whatever you want to call them, but and then most of them almost feel like little mini boss battles because you can't approach them the same way as other types of animals, especially the bigger ones. It's like you have some fun. It's like it doesn't feel I guess overdone. It doesn't feel like the same thing over and over, but maybe it is, but it still feels fun trying to, I guess, collect or battle all of them at least once. And I think this new one will have better, I guess, animals or whatever you want to call them. And I can't wait.
I know, so I can't wait.
Can't wait.
well,
For
what I
sure.
want to do, I mean, Ham, go ahead and finish because I can go on a little bit more.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, when they showed that the hologram dragon, I'm like, well, I better
Can
see the
you imagine?
dragon.
Oh my god.
Oh, robot
Yeah.
dragon.
My question is, when they say West, do they mean
Yeah, I'm
West
World
assuming
West or
because I
Side.
can't
United States
remember
West?
exactly where Horizon Zero Dawn takes place, but
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
going to
either.
assume obviously it's on one side of this whatever you're on, and so when they say when they say Forbidden West, then you're venturing off into more of the area, like more of the land, going out and doing more discovery.
I will, top of my head, I'm just gonna go with maybe the east part of the United States, only because she was looking for
Yeah,
important locations where I would feel like the government and all that would be on this side or that side, whatever you want to say. So west, I think, would be more. I still think it's either going to be west of the United States or maybe west as in like China West. Is
She's
that
coming
west
to
or is that already
Florida
east
next
going that
year.
way? Sure, she
that's
can go
the
wherever
I
she wants.
definitely want to go back because I have to go back and beat the game on New Plus mode because they introduced that. I never played the expansion. I never played New Plus mode because that was added like on way after.
Oh,
And same with Mike. Life caught up. Like life shit happened. But
Yeah.
this was and Ham, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. This was my first PS4 game and also my first platinum in on PS4. Like I
Wow, really?
I
dedicated
want to
my
say
life
yes.
to this game.
I definitely told you to
Like
play it. If I
I went
didn't,
all
I'd be
out for this
surprised if I
game.
didn't tell
Like
you to
when
play it.
soon as I got it, I couldn't stop playing it
Yeah,
because I loved it so much, and I loved tackling all the creatures. And like you were saying, like each one is so unique, and you can't approach each one the same. Like you
yeah.
have to do them differently. And with this, like again, I did not think about the possibility of doing other creatures the same way, and to do that in the sequel not only makes it
Yeah.
fresh, but like it's still brand new. It doesn't I feel like the rehashing of the same mechanics is probably going to get very much disguised because of these fresh new things that they're adding. Um, and
Yeah.
to comment on Mike's thing about the story, from the looks of it, it does look like it's going to pick off right from the end from the first one because the guy that you see in the trailer ended with
Yeah.
him as like a tease
Yeah.
for something bigger.
Well,
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It ended with a tease
okay,
for something
yeah.
bigger,
Okay.
and so I was so I even that even blew my mind when I saw him. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna expand on this story even more. Like, oh god, I'm so damn hyped for this game.
Um, yeah, no, and also you just reminded me. It made me have to upgrade because you need the
Yeah,
different weapons to actually attack. Because if you don't, it's like,
yeah.
oh, then don't do it. Don't do it because you're just gonna hate yourself trying to do something over and over again without the right weapons. It's just
Oh,
like
and I forgot to mention, like,
almost
and the other reason I
impossible.
want to go back and replay this game is because I did not collect every single what was it? It was like a data file or something like that. Uh, but the
Oh God,
is
those.
like those data files like projected what used to be like at those particular points, and it gave you more information, like kind of teases of what happened in this world, and that made me even more interested in the story. I was like,
Oh,
damn, this goes really deep.
actually, yeah, they were good. But there was two of them. There was the one that you, and then the one
Yeah,
you
that's
just
right. Yeah,
listened
the
to, the audio
projection
files.
audio files, and I want to go back
Yeah,
and collect all of those because like I
yeah.
want to know more about the story.
I played it twice, and I played the DLC. I mean, I wouldn't even hate playing it again. It's just that
I need to
good.
play it after Last of Us. I think Ghost of
Oh yeah.
Tsushima could probably a little. Nah, I would say that I will probably go back and forth with
I don't think
Ghost of
I'm gonna get Ghost of
Tsushima, and
Tsushima.
that will be another discussion that I will talk to.
Oh. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Overall,
good, good,
so
Anyways,
I
good.
mean,
All
that was
right.
the last game. Overall, like Ham, what do you think?
Also, I didn't like how they recapped it again
Yeah, but
with
they
the
always
stuff
do
we saw when we
that.
just saw it, like right after that. Yeah, I was like, I just saw this, man. And then they showed the thing, and they didn't talk
Yeah.
about price or release date,
right.
which I was just like, oh, really? I asked you guys, did I miss something? Did I skip something? because they're gonna show all
Yeah.
this and not talk about price.
Yeah.
Maybe they're waiting on
Xbox.
AKA Microsoft, to
That's what
just
I
be
think.
like, do it now and figure out later. Be like, oh, if you get a discount if you buy the game, and then like, oh, cool. But we'll see. Overall, I don't think it was bad. Could it have been better? I don't know. I will give it a. I'm giving it a green, but I'm not like a super green.
Sure.
Also not a dull green. It's just right at
You're
green.
No,
So do you want to
go
go
for it.
or I go? All right. So the beginning of this conference was pretty promising. I was like, okay, they're shooting out some heaters. It was really cool to see. Ratchet and Clank, the Project game,
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
um, Miles Morales. That was really cool. Um, then towards the middle of it, I was like, okay, I think this shit is getting bad. There was a lot of indie games in this one, in my opinion, that I don't really care about. Um, Other than that, I think it had a strong finish with Horizon, and then of course they revealed the console, not just one version but two versions, and then they released some of the accessories that are coming out also too on the side. The headsets look pretty cool. I don't know. I might actually probably pick that up maybe. But I think overall it was a decent conference. I wish it was quite better. I was expecting maybe a little bit more, but it was fine. It's a yellow
Okay.
card.
Oh.
I am going to give it a green card.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
hold on. Where's my drink?
Oh my
You
god.
two, yeah, I'm drinking. You two are reverse what I thought.
Really?
Yeah,
It was a strong showcase. They said, "Hey, we're going to show PS5 gameplay," and they did. That's exactly what they lived up to. And on top of that, they showed us the console, which I didn't think they were going to. I thought they were still going to play this dumb waiting game with Xbox, but they're only doing that for the price. But at least they showed us the console. I'm looking forward to the games that they're releasing. However, this green card is sitting very loosely on the edge of dropping down to probably a yellow card, if not a red card, depending. Because
Whoa.
my biggest problem with this conference, well, there's two. One, it was a big mix between first party and third party titles. So and I
Yeah.
Yes.
there were so many games going on and on that I just didn't pay attention to which ones were exclusives and which one weren't. So, this wasn't just everything that PS5 is launching. Like it's other titles that's going to launch on Xbox Series X. My other problem is I'm not going to say most, at least 30% of the games that they showed either coming out in 2021 or in 2022. And I don't know which games are launching on PS5 and which are coming out at like maybe a month or two after PS5. And so that has me worried.
It was kind of
thinking,
unclear to me
like
as
they're
well.
just gonna they're giving you Astro for free. Yeah, Horizon is probably gonna be the main launch title of this console, and Miles Morales is coming out because again it's got that Spider-Man brand to it. Like that's probably all they're gonna have, and that's it. Like how long do we have to wait till we get another really good game to come out? Not to diminish like the indie games. The indie games are great, but when you're looking at a whole like market, people are going for these AAA games, and they want to see the full utilization of the specs of this PS5. So not giving us a exact release of when this game is coming out, and I get it because they're not they're not telling us yet when this console is being released. It still kind of hurts like my thinking of it because I want to be reassured when this console is coming out and what games am I going to be able to buy for it on that day it comes out. So
Yep,
this is
I agree
where,
with you.
and I know Ham didn't want us to talk about it, but I think this is where maybe Xbox has this window of opportunity where they got rid of all their third party shit And they did say that this event that they're having in July is going to be just first party exclusives. So depending on how big Microsoft swings with that event, could kind of be like Sony, like, they didn't do this. Because I think the mix of this third party shit in their event kind of hurt it a little bit. Because there were times where, just like Mike, where I was like, okay, move on to the next game. I don't want to see this.
Maybe,
What's the
yeah.
next one? On and on. Overall, it's a strong showcase. Like, it's a good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was entertained for the most part. I like the beginning of the end with Spider-Man, and then ending with Horizon. It's like my two biggest things, and it's like Sony knew who they were trying to sell this console to. So, hats off to Sony for doing their part on that. But I'm looking forward to what Xbox is going to have at their event, and if they're taking notes from this one and hopefully coming out bigger.
They got to show up, man. They got to. Another thing that I wanted, then I forgot to add in my review. I thought they were going to talk about more backwards compatibility.
Yeah, it was just showing off games. Like, hopefully, I agree that Xbox should go all out, Microsoft, whatever, and then PlayStation should come out right after. Well, not right after, but after they do that and talk about more of the hardware and compatibility, drinks, and all of that stuff. And maybe, get a little showmanship and,
Right.
do it big, but I don't know if they'll actually do
Surprise, 2 greens and, and a yellow from my part.
Also, I do want to mention, so that picture that they showed before, they did have those games, right?
Which ones?
I forget how to explain it. So they had that little thing coming up, June, the original date. They had Spider-Man.
Oh, no one knows.
No
one knows who's on the original list.
No. But they had the picture. Remember, there was a picture of a couple of the characters.
But that's
they
like
had
their
Spider-Man.
That's
they had
like
Horizon.
So yeah, you're talking about the God of War
logo,
Spider-Man, Horizon, and so. That's just like their
Uncharted.
Okay, so God of War
wasn't
there,
showing off that
then,
these are their strong first-party exclusive titles. Like, it's like a branding thing.
Yeah, but I was saying though, I'm like, all right, so they had a few of those there, which I didn't think they would have. Like, Spider-Man definitely surprised me, and Horizon a little bit.
All right, well, we're gonna have to end this now because it's been almost an hour and a half. But for those that are watching / listening to this, thank you. We appreciate it. If you want to listen to our main, podcast, Drunk Cop and a Teacher, whether it's Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever, we're on there. We talk about movies and video games.
MySpace.
And we just do all sorts of we talk about headlines and things like that. But we're gonna go ahead and end it here because we already took up enough time. Thank you guys for listening / watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video.